Hello. Yeah, I don't think nerd has quite the negative annotations he used to. Yes, the floating rainbow is returned. Oh, this is my audio, normal audio up? Oh, wow, okay, yeah. I thought it was good there. Okay. So I'm kind of like last minute here. Switch rainbow. Mouse. There we go. Rainbow has been fixed. Anyways, hello, happy Friday, and all that stuff. So still working on this and haven't touched it since. So it's just the same.
But after Luna's banishment, the protective pony platoons were formed. On the anniversary of the first celestial year of
Advice. I always wanted to like make that a new icon or something. Hello. Let me have this one done.
General Firefly dubbed them her wonderful. General Firefly dubbed them. General Firefly dubbed them her one. General Firefly dubbed them. General Firefly dubbed them.
Some of the eyes here I need to do.
General Firefly dubbed them.
Oh, I know what I need to do. Her head just goes forward and backwards too much.
I dub them. Firefly dub them. I dub them. I dub them. Dub. I dub them. Firefly dub them. Firefly dub them.
I'm trying to think with the eyes. I feel like they're just a little too stationary. I did kind of show the whole thing. Why don't the eyes move when her eyes closed? Oh, I'm gonna screw out that. Okay, so they go down here. Would it be up? This is kind of different because the eyes technically are oh, that's a little too far down. Where's her body movements?
General Firefly dubbed them. I dubbed them. I dubbed them. Oh.
That'll work. Just smooth out that little bit. Oh, the red parts? Red parts aren't even lit, I think. Well, some of them are a little bit.
But after Luna's banishment, the protective pony platoons were formed. On the anniversary of the first celestial year of peace, a celebration was held. Headed by General Firefly, an elite team of aerial performers were chosen to help commemorate this auspicious occasion. The first performance was so full of energy, so highly charged, that magical lightning showered down on the crowd. Every pony was so filled with amazement and wonder that General Firefly dubbed them the Wonderbolts. Rainbow Dash.
I'm kind of jumping around right now, but like the shots involving Spike, the Owlet, and Rainbow Dash, I want to do starting with this one, so that I can adjust to it, like from shot 1 forward. I'm kind of trying to do the other stuff so that I can just kind of push through that one all in together. I should probably get the lighting set up so the previews are a little easier to deal with. So that one's done, that one's done. That one already is lit. So this one. Okay, that'll be good for that one for now. Already done. Could really call that one good too. I'll probably fix the light up more later, but for now it's going to be plenty good. Twilight's lights are horrible. I'm guessing these are this ones. Yeah. Fix her lights quick. Pizza time. There's no pizza. Thing is, I've actually found, like, if you go through my playlist now, in terms of Two Steps from Hell, there's really not much Two Steps from Hell there anymore. Like, I found that it wasn't as much Two Steps from Hell that I was liking. It was actually Thomas Bergerson. Like, I mean, he is Two Steps from Hell, but his stuff is the ones that I really like the most. Some of the other people, but a lot of the stuff is from Two Steps from Hell, I've moved forward and found a lot of other people that are great, and I just never would have thought to look for before. So most of my playlists, actually, Prime Cronus is the one that I watch a lot. I have a to-watch music playlist that's huge. I'm actually, here, I have an idea. Let's listen to some new music. Come on. We're going to start on my... Oh. Well, I told somebody they had to delete their videos reporting over copyright, and they actually did. Wow. Did not expect that. All right, let me organize this quick because I have so much crap on this playlist. But I have a lot of like music bits that I have to catch up on. So maybe you guys can help me find the good ones. I just have a couple things towards the bottom I have to move up. Okay, so we'll put that one there. Don't care about that. We'll just close that. Close that. Okay. think that's just music now, except for Rainbow Dash in the chair. Okay, let's put that one there. Okay. So I'll start from this one. I listen to every day on Prime Cronus. Anything that's on Prime Cronus, I put on my watch later list, and then I go through it every now and then. So we're going to start at this top one here before the hour mixes, and we'll just play through this and see if there's anything great. But I'm not 100% paying attention. That's why I sometimes don't like doing it on gaming. I do it when I'm working on stuff. Otherwise, I'm not really listening, and then I just skip over something amazing and missed it. So we will take a look. So this is all new stuff. Turn it up just a little bit more. Blackmill? No, I haven't heard of them. But a lot of the stuff I find is like... Actually, Prime Cronus doesn't do just big name artists. You can submit stuff to them that you've made, and they could potentially put it on there to help advertise for you. Probably don't want to do that. I probably want to do it from here. This is going to be a general lighting. I don't want to go too far overboard. I might actually have to light from this side. Highlight would be over here then. What else is lighting her? Ah. Actually, yes, I have had people say I look like Ed Sheridan. I have people at work that do that to me and say, so, yes, I have heard that before. I have purchased on YouTube, yes, I own like Rick and Morty and some of the MLP episodes. And I actually buy Doctor Who on there because if I buy them on there, I could watch them instantly the morning after they were released in HD, and it was cheaper than actually buying cable. It cost me half a month of cable just to have it purchased for the whole season, and that was the only reason I had cable before. So I thought I'd rather pay $40 for the entire season than $70 a month to have the ability to watch it live. So, Pabs, where'd you get Pabs? Pabs is a group for post-apocalyptic broadcasting, something. What do I do for work? I do, I work in trucking. I work in damaged freight. So when stuff gets effed up, I'm the one to take care of it. Okay, I'm not really liking how that's looking right now. So right now the rim, I think, has to be up higher. I'll bring the main further around. Actually, maybe the rim would be better that way. That'll kind of work. She'll need to be a little bit brighter. And I'll let highlight. There we go. It's a bit better. These do for now. Doctor Who's on Netflix, but they only do the seasons once they're completed. I was watching them as they were being released because there's a lot of stuff that you're going to get spoilers on if you don't catch the episodes not long after they're released. So I wanted to watch them as soon as they were coming out. So I bought the seasons. Then the next morning after it was like it would play live at like in the evening on Saturday, and then Sunday morning, early morning, I could watch it in the morning. So that's the reason I had it. This video is not close to finished. Lighting wise, maybe, but no, I still haven't animated anything that's red. I haven't animated yet, and even so, this was a complicated shot. So having that done, it makes things a little easier. That was an easy shot. This is a pretty easy shot, but the complicated shots are going to be mainly, I think, this one. This one's going to take a while because it's a lot of lip syncing, but not really that much motion. But otherwise, this one's going to probably be the hardest shot of them all. Because she's actually going to be jumping on the chair, and I got to animate 3 different people. Though the owls will be super easy. And I gotta figure out some kind of cloud thing there. That really easy. What would be the best lighting for that shot? Probably this one's. Perfect. Ooh, gotta be careful there. Though, if you look at the lighting between these 2 shots, not the same. She's lit more on this side, and this one she is not. So I have to be careful on that. But I can swap out the lighting a little bit here. So I just have to bring the rim further along here. Her highlight on this side is a little stronger on that one than this one, but I think I'm going to actually just change it in this one. To be like that. Now they're pretty close, okay. And then this shot, do I have a close-up twilight? I don't think I have one like that. Just this one, but I don't think it's going to be the same. It's like quarter-second shot. Close enough. I can just fix it from there. Let me know if you hear a sign that sounds really good. I might play it again then just to see it, just to pay more attention to it. But this one's actually kind of nice. This is mellow. Leads, where's this one? More background, okay. So those ones are okay. Rim. I was like, is that even hitting her? work for now. I like that face for this side though. I don't know why. It's just like your one eye is like lazy. Ah. Yeah, I'm actually liking this one. This one's called... Oh, this is from Secession. Secession is the trailer that I made for my channel. That's what the Secession made it, so I've been following him. He got super popular after his song was put on Last Week Tonight. But I'm so hipster, I was following him before that. It's actually pretty good. I might put that on there for now. I do what I want. Okay. So now all the lighting should be done for, or at least prepped. Like this one. Oh, that actually looks, no, the background's not lit the same here. Because I definitely brightened up the background in a lot of these here and stuff. So I probably should do the same here. Oh, there's no background light. That one doesn't even matter. But I think this one does. Yeah, that one does. This one I want to move a little bit. Because I want to create artificial darkening on the lower areas. But like this area right here, why is that dark? I don't really know. But I can't really turn up the aperture because Twilight's supposed to be slightly blurred there. Alright, whatever. Good enough lighting for now. But even here, like, I probably need to brighten the background because they look too, like, weirdly shadowed, but that'll be fixed later. I just wanted something so that playing through looked okay. How much money do I make making SFM? Less than I put out doing SFM. I think just off the ads for what I can do, which is very, very little, I am like at $30 a month. Yeah. But I pay $50 for the software I use, so yeah, I'm still in the negative. I have Patreon, but I really the last two things technically didn't fall under what I consider a Patreon thing, so I haven't actually had anything go through for Patreon for like 6 months. So yeah, I'm definitely in the negative for what I do. But that's not the reason I do it. So I can't even do that shot until the end. So really the only choice I have are to finish this one and this shot, the Twilight ones, and then before focusing on the dancing and stuff. So, but I do probably want to do this shot, being that it goes with this shot. Is that going to be too much blur? No. I should actually try to figure out a thing to do with... Oh, this isn't even Two Steps from Hell. This is Amy Lee. Oh, so this is going to be anime, but I like it anyway. There we go. That side should be fine. Okay, so I need to do... That's a weird position. Okay, that thing. try something with that. It's just making that in 3D. I can... Ooh, that's not what I want to do. The lightning bolt's the only problem, but I might have a solution. Hey Aggie, how you doing? Yeah, the end will be extended, but I just put it right now for the exact audio length because I don't have any audio beyond that, but I will extend that. It is way too short. YouTube's probably going to cut off some amount of it anyway. Okay. Can I... get rid of the rest of it? I don't think I can because I tried this once, I believe. Maybe, Aggie. Let me try something. I actually prefer to figure out workarounds for stuff if I can, because there's some satisfaction in being able to actually make something work. Using kind of my own methods, but if it doesn't, I might need to. I actually should be able to make something work here. Yes. Okay. So there's my lightning bolt. It's the exact symbol too. It's literally Rainbow Dash's symbol. And I just need wings, and that should be easy enough as well. Yep, I know that there's always people willing to help with it, but like I said, I hate asking for help on stuff. I'd rather just try to do it on my own first. But if I have no other option, I am fully willing to. And now I need wings. This actually should work. Okay, first I gotta get the size down. So this, I'm going to lock this thing's root to this root. So I move the lightning bolt. So we're going to do 0. And then we'll just move it into position from there. Oh no, because we're doing it from its root. So its root transform is going to be locked by its root, because then it will scale according to its size too. Correct. Okay, maybe not. Or do I have to lock it to its spine? Maybe it's from the root that it's not working. Let's try pelvis. There we go. Okay. Just the root. But then I can move this, and everything goes with it. If I add a scale to this, it should counter, but still scale correctly with this, right? Yes. This definitely needs to go down a bit. Oh, that's not good. to do. I probably should put this at like 0.5 or something. That is the Wonderbolts badge, isn't it? I'd have a badge, but it would be... I don't think it's the same, is it? I think it has a background thing. Yeah, I have this badge, but it's not going to work. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Was that last one pretty good? But it sounded interesting. I almost want to move it based on the wings just because of how ugly this positioning thing will be. Well, when I grab that, it moves everything. But if I move the root... Oh, it will. Okay. So we will... This is the other way around. I can't lock the... Damn it. It's going to cheat. It's a little easier to deal with. Actually, I probably should just animate it based on the root. Yeah, straight out then. No, but I'm gonna just grab it like this, I know it. So it's going to be right about here. No, it's actually going to be around here. Okay. Okay, this is supposed to take up the majority of the screen. I think this is showing it at a way steeper angle, too. That churns it. Because she's actually, I think I need it to pull further away. Like to here. And then potentially turn the whole thing like that. That'll work. Hole in the ceiling, who cares? I can cover that. Well, that's one okay, but I probably won't add it to the list. Wings like that? Yeah. Is there wings like that? A little bit more like that anyway. It's a Pegasus. He's so weird. It's a bat pony. A bat thing. Would be better? No. Well, that's not good. That's not actually gonna work. Nah, I'm not seeing anything else. It's not a donkey. It's just a special pony. Okay, still need it bigger. So it's a little bit from the top, a little bit from the bottom. Still bigger. Oh, perfect. But I still have to go bigger. I think that might be big enough. So I can't get it in Twilight's face. These technically go above. Yeah, the wings will be shrunk. I was trying to, but I can't do both at once. I have to do one at a time. So I wanted to get that part set first. I'm coming out of that part, so I should probably adjust pelvis first to be about where I need it. Okay, that should work. Let's see if these wings will work. Well, they only go up to the point and then curve back. Never gonna make something perfect, but if I can make it close. With all these position changes, it's going to be near impossible to duplicate it on both sides. looking open then. That's what I want. No, that's not what I want. I think I better just give myself more bones. No. There we go. Is this one too? Yeah, that's the one I want. All right. No, there's no way to really mirror them other than just guessing. Because I'm changing the position. If I was only changing rotation, I probably could do it. But it's because I'm playing with the position that is the problem. Position I can't copy. Otherwise it's just going to readjust it to the position of the others. I thought I had hidden these. Oh, I think I undid it by accident. Okay. That's a little easier. I mean, I don't know if I quite like that. I swear there was wings that looked like that, though, but I can't remember what they were. I'm doing... Oh, hey, Mike, how you doing? I'm doing well. Let me double check. I swear I saw some kind of wings like that. Let me try wing. Or even something that's close. And the complexity of it doesn't matter. It can be super simple. I swear I've seen something like that. I wonder if the Pegasus wing, no, or the Princess wing would work better, but I don't think so. No. What are those? I don't know, but they actually might work. What is that from? Medic Purity Wings. Whatever. Looks like there's other stuff in there too. They're just not scaling now. They were scaled before correctly. We should go. Wait, neck probably doesn't even do anything. No. Spine 3 does though? Yeah. Actually, I don't. Oh, this might not work. Damn. Because I don't think I can control them separately. No, I can't. Damn, that sucks. They had hope. I don't think there's any way for me to make it work. Unless they work from this as this size. Well, they might. Oh, they broke. I might need to make these too small for it to work. Oh. No, I've seen Elements of Cringe. I was at BronyCon when he played it. So yeah, I've seen it. So the only way to really make them work would be to have it at like this awkward angle. skins? Just a lighter version, okay. Okay, so that's what that. There's no skins I can play with. If I colored even the base there purple, I probably would hide the fact that what's going on with it. I feel the wings are curling in too much. Really wish I had more control on it. Yeah, I like the look of the wing, but only if I could have more control of it. The lack of control on it is not very, making it difficult. Yeah, that won't work. Might have to just go with these ones. I think for now I'll just do it like this, and we'll figure something out later. Okay, that's that for now. And I believe these wings can be colored. They are very bright. But I want to have it ignore lighting and glow. To try to give them the same color, I'm going to require that I modify the textures on both so that they match. So, I have the lightning bolt. Materials. Might be tough to get this to work, but I will do it. And the wings. Oops. Alright, so I want to save this. And I gotta make it the purple color from the show. Alright, maybe do this window. Actually, let's do this one. Do I still have it open? Don't. Oh, I forgot I have it set for window. Okay. That works. No, not safe. Okay. Okay, I want to set it to the lighter interior color and then have it glow the darker purple color. So let's set it to this a little bit. Yeah, set it to that. I probably should have it actually keep the thing there, so I have another idea. I need to get it to that color. So we need to add a little bit of that. Let's make it a little brighter. Might just make it purple and do it like that. And this one's easy, it's just bam. So I'm going to make a little bit more purple. Just a little bit. This will be wings. Purple. I'm liking this one. Might have to play it again because I kind of wasn't paying attention at the beginning. Okay, so we're going to wings right away, so I'll do the wings first. Okay. Don't care about you. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that one. Well, that wing, no, it wasn't what I was looking for. I don't have that one. Did that work? Kind of. It's a little too techy, though. It is kind of close, but it just doesn't really work for that. So, let's see what's going here. Why is this not in list? I don't know how to spell purple. And now we will override. Okay, so it's purpley. Could probably be more purpley, but the glow might fix that. Glow should fix that. As I thought the wings are gonna blow up bright, but I can fix that. First I need to enable these wings to be oh, that one's already set to self-illum. Okay, that makes that easy. Now I'll just set the wings that way. Something on this that's making them blow up bright. I need Fong on there, but what is the difference between these two and Fong? See if that does anything. Not really. Well, let's just set up the glow and see what happens. Might have to really dumb those down or something though. Oh. That'll work, just make his base color black. I want to do lightning bolt first. Why did that not override the colors? Type that in right? Yeah. I was pretty sure self-illum tint would do the override. That works. Going well. How are you doing? It didn't work either. When are you gonna work? Glow, goddammit. Some textures are just so stupid. Can I not do it with overrides? Because I've done it before. I know I've done it before. You're typing, I know. Is actually like a Pirates of the Caribbean song. David Chappelle, that's a great name to have. What would cause it not to work? Is it working at all for the non? Well, it's taking in some light. There's an alternative, but it doesn't really allow me to glow it. But I know I've done it because I did it in Remembrance. Well, when in doubt. Make it glow though. I'm just gonna try this. I don't think it's gonna work, and it's probably gonna crash it before my first try, but yeah, it's definitely gonna crash before it gets to finding what I need. That's what we call it, right? Yeah. How have you not found it yet? Why have you not crashed yet? I'm gonna try to see if I can do something else with it, but no, it probably wouldn't work anyway. It's probably still gonna crash though. Why do you no glow? Make sure I'm even attempting the right one. No, that might be why. Elements, Rainbow Dash. Rainbow P2, so this technically is using the right texture. But nothing I'm doing to this is allowing it to change. Nope, that is the right one. Just not allowing me to modify anything. Self-illumin's working. This I love SFM, but dear God, it has so many finicky things of like, oh yeah, this model doesn't want to actually do this. It's like, why not? Sometimes it's impossible to figure out why. Order matter? ahead and change anything. If I can't get that to glow, it kind of defeats the purpose of using it. And if I use magic effects, it's not the same. Which, like, if I can add alpha to this directly. Well, it's actually working a pretty decent alpha. Oh, except for the part where I need it. Whatever. Might have just put that part on pause for now. Because nothing is working with it. Oh well. The other part I can do though is chalk. Looks like a cigarette. It is held there. Okay. Maybe a bit. Actually, I need to be fatter. Do I have fatter chalk? No, just the one size fits all. Okay, now they stand out enough. Okay. And I think the camera swipes. Yeah, it's this close enough, so I do have to worry about here. Damn. I'm gonna cheat. Okay. Now we need lots and lots of magic.
Wonderful.
I might have actually stopped this a little too early. Yep. Just to hear that stuff drop just before the changes. Right there. But I bet you a lot of these are up quite a little bit. So can we chalk one? Oh. Aura. Now let's see if this will actually attach to that teeny little thing. Correctly, anyway.
Wonderful.
Didn't even attach. It's not locked. There's lots of stuff acting weird today. It should have moved to the other thing. Did that right? Not that one. Back up. Oh no, what is this? Guess I need to undo that first. She loves her stool. Yeah, this should have worked. But it's not. So I hate to use a placeholder for something so like or that I have to do 4 times. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Where's my log? Goes towards the bottom. I'm gonna cheat. Where'd my log go? It's locked. Oh, the scale's included. Yeah, done with that. No, I can do it. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's see if this works. Sometimes it deletes the model, so thankfully it didn't do it that time. Yeah, I think I might have to actually exit the whole file and see if that'll fix some of the problems I'm having. No, I want the base now. Yay. Alright, I think I still need to drop the particle count. Oh, that crap is still here. That should be enough. Now I want to match the colors of her magic exactly. So I'm going to have to write these down. Where's my phone? There it is. Okay. Come on. Open the little patty thing. Okay, if you're not gonna do it, I'll do it myself. Wow, am I gonna have to use actually pen and paper? Come on. Technology, work for me. Okay. I guess that's not even gonna work either. Wow. Whatever. Kind of liking this song. Okay. I'll remember it. I'm going to add that last one in. Which I will right now, but I want to listen to it again just in case. Okay, so the aura should be the same. The sparkles. I was gonna do something else there, but I'll wait. Okay. Well, sparkles are a bit big. Be a bit better. And I know that there's a way to have it expand outside the range of the model. It kind of did work, kind of. Let's do 1.1. Okay, that's better. I just wanted to get the sparkles to actually be outside the, just the inside of that thing a little bit. Okay. Actually, keep those separate because this is going to be locked to that, but it doesn't actually, particles don't visually show up when you do that. Alright, sorry to hear about the headache. Hope you feel better. nice thing is once I do these ones, it'll actually be the same ones I'll use on the other shots. Not to be exact like I did with the other one. Close is all that matters. You don't see the actual log anyway. Okay. Now I have to make sure that actually attached correctly. You're fucking kidding me? I was waiting for that to be a headache to reattach. That actually worked great. Okay. I can just paste this right as is. No, this, there might still be a problem with it later, because it's... Well, I can copy paste it. It doesn't mean that it's gonna automatically figure out, oh, attach to the new pasted one. Usually it says attach to the original. Okay, one more. Close enough. Alright, now we have our glowing chalk. Smells pretty good too, yeah. I don't know if it's quite a task that a lot of unicorns can do. I'm pretty sure it's training and stuff. It's multitasking. Plus, she's not actually moving them, she's just keeping them in position, so she might have something set up where it just says, unless set otherwise. It actually looks like good magic. Okay, so this is going to be in particles, but I also need these ones. So how's that look? Good, I just need to attach a light to it, but I'm not going to worry about it right now because this one she's going to be moving. So, and because particles don't work on locked objects, as soon as I lock this, it'll stop working. So, I'm not gonna worry about that for now. Where is the aura? Usually defaults to particle's base position. I don't see it. So this is saying start at 30, 31.44. Okay. So once she's actually done, I can just turn it on then. But if I have things locked, it just doesn't work. Oh, the reason I use the logs is because they're already a round shape like the horn. The actual horn model you would think would be a better shape, but most models, unless they're set up specifically, their hitboxes aren't. Even though it's a cone shape, it attaches to the hitbox, and so the hitbox is more than likely, especially for the SFM models, not going to be set up correctly for Gmod, and where the horn itself is going to be. The hitbox, that the actual shape of the horn, it usually just be a big box covering the whole thing. Well, when you attach the particle to it, it'll be a box around the horn. So I don't want that. So instead, I use a log, because the log already has the correct shape, but it will actually put it, instead of a box shape, it'll put it in a cylindrical shape, because a cylinder is still a simple shape, and the hitbox will attach to that. And then I can put it where it's clipping a little bit underneath, but then showing a little at the top. Therefore, it'll light up the whole horn without it going too far out at the top and like being weird. So I don't know. It's what I've been doing since I started doing it, and it's worked. So I just haven't changed it. But yeah, I remember you're not working in a 3D animating software. You're working in a game environment, so you still have to worry about the game elements. Like the hitboxes are sometimes what are used for calculating stuff instead of other things. And I think you can actually see like where the hitbox is here. Yeah, so you can see the collision model on some of these. So these are for the actual games, but I think if you go to the horn, it might not even have a hitbox set up, which means that's probably why the models won't attach to some things. But like this one, that's the hitbox, so that'll be how it lights up or how it glows. I thought, I swear there was a... Oh, here it is. Oh, that actually has a nice hitbox. It wasn't working right when I did it, though. That's actually a really complex hitbox. It doesn't make much sense to use. Hitboxes are super complex with it, because like you can only have 20 convex shapes. You can't use concave, otherwise it will crash. And you only can use 20, and they can overlap within each other and whatever. But it's really weird, because I think, where's my I didn't do that. Where's the eye gear? Yeah, like these ones. When I converted these ships from this game, I had to build those, build the hitboxes and or the shapes, so that you can see like this actually cuts across here, because I had to save some space doing it. I had to custom build it to work. These aren't included in there because I didn't see a point. Those ones, actually, why didn't I include those bottom things? I don't know. I probably should have been. But yeah, it's actually really complicated to make them, because you only can have 20 shapes to play with for an entire model, and how are you going to adjust it? Plus, you can't have concave; it has to be all convex, which means everything has to curve in around in one like ball shape, but no like this. But you can't have an S shape, because then that makes a concave. It's really weird. It's stupid, but it makes sense for a game. You don't want hitboxes to eating up your memory. Those ship models, yeah, they're available on... Oh, nope, actually they were. My website, I think, got downed. I can make them available. They are... Hell, where the hell do I have the downloads for those anymore? I don't even know where I have them anymore. I know I do. I don't remember where I put them anymore. I mean, this is old. That was old stuff. That was like, 7 years ago. This is like a long time ago that I converted those models. But I do have them. I just have to dig around to find them. I just have no idea where I put them. They are online. I just have to like dig for them. They're models from a game I used to play called, well, God, what name do you want to go under? Space Cowboy Air Rivals. I even played Fedoi for a bit version, which was Korean. It was just an MMO I used to play. It was fun. Met a lot of cool people. What are they putting in SFM? No. Yeah, I'd have to look for it. But I converted a crap load of models and made them all downloadable. I had little packs for them and everything. Probably can just still animate her here. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, that was the joke that was made during that game. Space Cowboy was the original version that was in America until that went down. So we played Fedoi, which is the Korean version, for a few months until a European server opened, which was then originally was going to go under the name Ace on. Was it Ace Online? But then they ended up going, no, something else. But then it went to Air Rivals, and then we played that. I played that for about 9 months. And then kind of fell away from it because the community was junk.
How wonderful! Firefly dubbed them. How wonderful!
Okay, so I need her to turn. Do I have a turn? But this is a really weird turn I have to do because it's really quick.
Them. How wonderful!
How do they do it? They already have her mostly turned at this point.
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah, this I'm recreating this. Oh, I don't have the audio running.
But after Luna's banishment, the protective pony platoons were formed. On the anniversary of the first celestial year of peace.
So, but I don't have that much
General
done.
Firefly dubbed them. I dubbed them. How wonderful.
I'm just trying to get some of these scenes done, so I need her to turn.
Fly dubbed them.
How long does it take for her to turn? So I have to have her turn. So when she starts the W.
Wonderful.
Yes. Okay, so I have to get her fully turned around within less than half a second. Wonderful. She even agrees with me. How do I do it? I'm liking this one. What's this song? This is secession again. Actually, you know what? I can just cheat it. What the heck? I don't care. Okay, so I'm gonna think about this. Because the show just has her turn and stare blankly forward while saying "Mango Bow." So I want to do more than that. So I have to do more than that. So that's gonna be. Okay, I think I have it down. This is weird motion because I don't think I can blend it the same way.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
At least I'd have to maintain the root churning so she turns on her base. I can't do it based on her pelvis. Not a rough time, it's just sometimes I have to close my eyes and think in my head how I want to do it, because like I was thinking about having her head turn but go out, go back, and then go back forward again, but I didn't know if it might be too much or not work. So I had to kind of run it through my head to see if it would actually work, and I think it will. Because if I'm looking at this, I can't imagine something else. Or at least I have problems with it. So there's a lot of times where I've just sat here like this before and just like trying to run it in my head how I want to do it.
Wonderful.
So she says one when the camera's still going. So is the camera supposed to already be there by then?
I dub them wonderful.
Okay, so yeah, the camera's already supposed to be there. More lead lag. Okay, so I have to move the camera over. Because right now, she's supposed to stop when the camera hits the one.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
How about the background? Right now. It's actually fun with the video. Alright, whatever. And I think this still has to be faster towards the end.
Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
There, okay. That's a nice fadeaway then. This is actually a really good Leah song. If you guys don't know who Leah is, it's some chick that makes music that she remakes anime music with lyrics that she writes and extends them, and really good. Okay, that makes more sense. I think she needs to turn it faster too. I don't know why that's so fun. Okay, that's what I need to do. Okay, the timing looks better there. Okay. I can't do remixes. Okay, I probably have to use something from the previous shot to extend it so that it looks like she's turning into this one a little bit. They don't do it in the other one, but I feel like it's going to be needed because she does kind of stop there a bit. Firefly dub them. Firefly dub them. Firefly dub them. Wonderful. Yep, that's what I was going to do. But I need to, I'm used to keyframing everything. This is going to require a little bit of, like, not keyframing, and so I need to make sure I do this right. Or I'm going to keyframe without, because I think it's the root that turns. Yeah, so I'm just going to keyframe without the root and see what happens. Okay, tiny pupils. I learned a long time ago is take the extra time to make sure you're going to be doing things right instead of jumping into it too much, because otherwise I'm just going to like end up getting frustrated. So I want to kind of think about it for a bit and then go, okay, now I know what I want to do. Now I'm confident. So okay, so first I need to make sure that she's looking the correct direction. She needs to have her eye set to the correct pupil size. Okay, she needs to be happy. So I'm going to take her... This one? No, I don't have her face set up right now. Okay, I'm gonna have her head go out in the next part, but I want to actually have it pull back at the end of this. So I'm gonna do that now.
Wonderful.
That's better. Ooh, how long have I been doing that? For some reason, there's some point I got unlocked by stuff. Oh, I don't think I actually keyframed it yet. Nope, I did. Okay. I was unlocked from the keyframe, and so I was just working in the middle of nothing, which is dangerous.
Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
Okay, keep it like that for now, but I'll probably
Wonderful.
keep it.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Looks like she's in your balls.
Wonderful.
There's kind of a blank stare right now, but once I actually move her, I think it should be fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Water balls.
Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
Supposed to usually open the folders, but apparently it's not doing that now. This will actually be a little bit hard to do, kind of, actually. We'll just take Twilight outside of her face and her root, and whatever else is moving here. What else is moving? Oh, these are locked, so that's probably why it's doing that. Okay, let's copy this. Paste it here.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay. Pretty sure I don't need the audio right now. Now it's easier for me to set up how the limbs would move. Okay, so would this be a bend? Well, let's give it a shot. Actually, I think it should be a straight. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, okay, sorry. Let me check here. So he said something about, yeah, eyes don't really do transparent. What did I do with post-processing? Sorry, I must have missed the question. What's twice range for transparent? Yeah, yeah, I didn't use the normal stuff for that. I can actually show you. Yeah, I can show you. I can't show you in video form, but I can show you how I did it. Okay. So first, what I did was a test. So just the test is probably it's not the final video. What I did was I took Applejack, and so this is and it's just the normal model. I doubled her brightness, so I made her use. I used self-illumination so that it ignored all the lighting in the map, or most of the lighting in the map, and lit her up so it would feel like she's separated from the map a little bit. And because I was going to be making her half as opaque, I made her twice as bright. So she's twice as bright as she normally would be in this shot. That's why Twilight's darker here, and then but Applejack's lighter. Let me find the actual final video, not the test. Because I need to make sure this was actually going to work, so I tested it first. The renders are really messed up and all over the place. Yeah, so here. So this is how bright I ended up making her. Okay, this is when it dumps down to normal brightness. So that's how it rendered it with the model. So the model is just set to normal lighting. Still takes some of the lighting. I didn't like the shadow part. I can get rid of the shadow, whatever. And so so that had that brightness bit. If I go forward more, it should go into the next shot. Yeah. So this is just the one with Applejack. To make them all transparent, I had to, and to fade in separately, I had to render them separately. So this is the one with just Applejack. And I think in the same render has all the other ones. So yeah, here's the render that it goes through again. This is with Fluttershy in the shot now too. And then I rendered it again with Rarity in the shot. So the third time. And then on top of that, is it done at the end, or is it before Applejack? Oh no, I think I actually did that render once already. It's probably render 5. No, that's not 5. When did I do the... Well, there was a render as well then that there was nobody. It was just a blank background so that she was walking by herself. That was the base render, which is probably one of these first ones. Yeah, here it is. So it's, here you can see instead she's walking by herself. So these are actual final renders. So there's nobody there. And then here. So what I did was I took these renders, I then put that as the background, and then put the other ones on top of it, and did it in so. And I learned a long time ago that if you have multiple renders, and I can show you what I mean if you hadn't seen this before. Yeah, here. So this in this render, this is the same. I took the pony and the camera, exported it to 2 different files, so they were exact same camera and pony position, and I could move them together to different positions because I needed to figure out if I could fade between 2 renders, if it would allow me to, if the people that were moving that were the same between the 2 renders would look stationary and just fade in between. So I did this for to test for a different video. So I did this, and so that's 2 different renders, but then I found out that the position of the person and the camera are the same. You really can't, other than the lighting changes on the model, you can't tell that it's going between 2 different renders. They're the same. So, but it was in here where I was curious if I could just keep 2 on top of each other, and it worked. She looks like she's hovering between 2 like realities or something. And when I knew that was the case, I'm like, well, what happens if I fade over the model instead? And it worked great. To where I could then put it over. So You just take the two renders, put the one on top of the other, and whatever is different between the two will be half invisible. If you use alpha, it's dangerous because alpha doesn't always work consistently. So it sometimes some parts of it fade in, some parts don't. Some parts will fade in behind some models, and some won't. If you're trying to actually fade it in, the difference between 0.9999% and 1 is a drastic difference. It'll slowly become visible, and then suddenly everything behind it will disappear and it'll become fully visible. And it's the same thing when trying to make it fade away. It's not consistent. So if you're trying to look for a good fade in and fade out, you're not going to get that with alpha. Alpha's kind of crap for doing that. It's great for certain things, but definitely not that. Yeah, that's why I just did the multiple renders, but plus then you get to change the timing and everything yourself. Otherwise, if you're relying on SFM to do the timing for you, it's going to be like, oops, this was messed up, but I'm kind of screwed because I have to re-render the whole thing anyway. I'd just rather just render it multiple times overnight, copy-paste the shots a few times so that it's all in the same one, and it's all in the same render, and then just like play with it in post if you're able to do something like that. And if you have After Effects, I can show you how. If you don't, then I don't know how to show you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
It's right about here. Oh, adding shadows to the pony? Kinda. I mean, if you're talking about ground shadows, it's still lighting. I mean, it's more of controlling what lighting is hitting the ground that's not the shadow. That's all. It's like, here I don't really have any shadows because the lights aren't made for. I don't have the shadows on, but like here, there's shadows, but they're not that great. But I didn't want them to be that great. But because I have lots of lights, it's really, really hard to play with the shadows because you have too many lights hitting over on top of the shadows and overlapping. If you really want to make good detailed shadows, you're going to have to really, really mess with how lights work, which is it's very situational and hard to make any tutorial on. I like trying to do tutorials on something that's general and it isn't too situational.
Wonderful. 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 False.
You can't remove color, kind of. I don't think you can desaturate easily. You could change the actual texture to a black and white, and then fade. Again, do a dual render, colored and not colored, and then fade between them. You can animate some texture elements, but unless it has a float value, you can't. And I think a lot of the saturation bits, because anytime you play with the color of a model, it's basing it off its base texture. So if the base texture is purple, even if you play with it, you'd have to try to find the exact inverse of purple to make it gray, which is impossible, because you're always going to get some kind of color in there. So the only way to make it actually black and white is to have a second render, and then kind of overlap them and fade between. So otherwise, and the nice thing about that is then you could actually do like they did in the show, and if you mask it, you can actually have it follow along and create a path for it. Okay, now I'm going to mostly take the early part of her, but not quite. So she's supposed to be forward a bit. We will take most, but I want to back her up just a little bit. just a little bit more. Everything, not just that. Except your face, not your face. Okay, so now I want to have her drop a little bit like this. Try to center. Don't think I can default those. There we go. Keep that the same for now. Actually, I don't know if I want sad. I think I might. Do raise a little bit. No, yeah, it's about the lighting, because, like, here, I can kind of show you a quick example of what I mean by the, having to fight with stuff a little bit. Because even, like, here... we'll use base toy as a thing. So if you have, like, say, the light on her here, you can see there's a nice shadow there. It's nice and dark, but it's only dark because you're looking at it with like that. So say you got like this. Well, say you want a darker shadow. Good luck. You can't do it. you're having a battle with maps light that's already there. So the darkest shadow you can get is that, or basically the same color as the map around it. Because if I go zoom into the shadow here, like right now, and see that, say this, if I shut the light on enough, you don't really notice a difference. Actually, I'll put the 10 all the way down there. Now you won't notice a difference at all. And that's because that's the normal light, the color of the area. So the darkest you can get it it's not about getting a darker shadow, it's about creating a light around it to create the illusion of a shadow. So that's why, like here, the light around it's creating the shadow, even though it's technically this shadow is the same color as this, or right back here. There's no different. So if you want a darker shadow than the area around it, you're not going to get it. But the other thing that's a problem is, say that you have a nice like dark shadow like this, and you have another light that's an unshadowed light that you have hitting her from, say, this angle. We'll like darken that a bit, so you have it like coming in like this. Now that light is actually causing that shadow to be less dark as well. So you have to really play with how you position lights. There's a lot of times where if I have shadows like that, and I did that with the second Alshia video, if you create a light that goes just below the surface of the map, it can't hit the map at all. Like just right there, you're not hitting anything, just the model. As soon as that light gets above the map plane though, that's when it's going to start hitting things. So if you keep it just below the plane, you can actually cheat it a little bit, because you don't have to worry about it hitting anything else. You can play with min and max, because min and max based it on if the light's min and max hits anything within the model at all, it'll light the whole model. But the cut off and cut on are the ones that will cut off at specific points. So sometimes you can cheat a little bit by playing with the min and max, try to hit it just the model and not the map, though that's really hard. Oh wow, I actually went through the whole playlist. Wow. Okay, we will start a different one then. I'll just go back to my watch later. So we actually went through all those. Heart of crap. Didn't add too many, but that's fine. The whole point of them was to add as many as I could. Though I do want to save that Leon Lai one, because that Leon Lai one is pretty good. It's the second one. That one. Just want to get rid of these so I know I'm done with them. And that. And I'm keeping the Rainbow Dash one on there so I haven't linked. And so I will do this one next. It's a 1 hour mix, so. Okay. Negative lights work. A negative light would work like, let me delete this one. Negative lights I have actually used for the purpose of shadows, and I can show you how, and it really came in handy. So negative light will actually create the opposite. It will create darkened area around and still maintain the same color around over here, which creates kind of a cool effect, but it's dangerous to use because of how it inverts colors. So like normally a light's a little bit kind of a bluish, but this makes it a yellow. So if you want to cancel out yellow, you have to add yellow, which means removing blue. So it's like, it's a little bit weird to use negative lights. But I just don't like that it usually destroys the coloration of a model. And it's really powerful in terms of you don't need much on the intensity scale to create a huge effect on how it hits the model. But I did use that effect in chemistry at the very beginning of this one. Such a quick part. At the very beginning of this one, I had to create a negative shadow in the background, so that's what I did. I used a negative light in another model, like way off on the side, and shined that through them, so it made them darken, but it didn't matter. They were copied motions, and so that created the negative light in the background. And so it actually worked. So that's the only time I've ever had to use a negative light for something like that. what was the other thing with lights I was going to say? Oh, when it comes to the actual shadow quality of it, like right here, if you create a really close light that's really wide, like this, to create shadows, or a distant light that's wide, you're going to notice your shadow quality is going to be really poor. Shadows have a highest quality when you have the narrowest band or the tightest or the lowest horizontal field of view as possible, and with the min and max set to just within the range that you need. So basically you're keeping as much light focused on the one point as possible to keep a nice focused shadow. So if you have it nice and wide, you're going to get little detail in your shadow, or not much. But if I were to take this and make this nice and sharp, yeah, so now you can see the details are much sharper on it. And if I drop the min, like here, if I have the min all the way down, it's cutting off her leg there. If I bring the min into, and actually, I'll show you, if I actually back this light way up, and I extend the distance to hit her, you have to really remap the values to make this work, but, oh, I guess I had the values already. So I'll take the max to just what it takes to have the shadow show up. Put the minimum to whatever it takes there. The other thing doesn't matter. Can I tighten? I can probably tighten this a bit more. Yeah, so I mean, then you get a nice, really sharp shadow. But you have to kind of find a balance of shadow quality compared to how spread out light needs to be. I've had some sunlights that were like, I had to put to like max of 60,000 instead of the 3,000 base. Just put them way out the hell out there, because I can use a very narrow band, and even when focused, it's so far away that narrow band still covers a large area, but it's still, you're going to drop quality just because of the distance. So, and if you another thing too, actually, with shadows, I have to show this with a different camera because it only pops up in render. Because right now this is the shadow, so this is with it rendered. Let me the focal distance here. We'll put the focal distance in the ground there. Okay, so you have, this is actually with it rendered, so in the preview render, the shadow is going to be the same at no matter what the distance is. That's not really realistic. Like, the sun is a large light, not a single point, and a single point is going to create a sharp shadow. But as an object gets larger, the light source gets larger, it's actually going to make it so that the further from the object it is, the less clear it is. And so you could go in with the light and just take the shadow filter size, and that will blur the shadow, but you're blurring the shadow even at the base of the feet where it shouldn't be done. Well, they do have a way to compensate for that. Oh, and if I put that all the way up again, I have really, really sharp shadows, but I don't want that. Oops. But that's what radius is. And if you play with the radius, you'll notice it doesn't do anything. That's because it's really not doing anything until you actually are in render. So right now it's at 0, so it doesn't change anything. But if I increase this, it's artificially creating a larger light. When it goes to render, it creates multiple lights within an area and shines them all still there. So it makes it so that your shadow is sharper at the base but blurred at a distance. But it's, by doing that, it's also expanding the light, so you're going to have it start hitting areas that you probably don't want it to hit. So like here, you're seeing it that it's really focused right here, but as soon as I increase the radius, it's now hitting a much larger area. So you are getting a nice fuzzy, more realistic shadow at a distance. But it only shows up in render. But I do play with this sometimes, because if you have a shadow light, or not even a shadow light, any light on a person, it can actually help create a faded lighter, or a nice fuzzier light around the edges of the model. So I have used this a little bit, radius, but the problem with the radius is, it again, if you're trying to control where the light is hitting, it's not going to do a very good job of helping keep control of what is being hit by the light, because radius is going to start throwing it everywhere. So I do have radius on, I think even some of these lights. Yeah, radius, I like to put on the main light because it makes it a little bit fuzzier. But so some of those do have radius on it. But, so, yeah, this is kind of an overview of light, some stuff with lighting, I guess. No, the whole point of the stream is to answer questions. That's why, like, actually the content I'm doing is just in between. If people aren't asking anything, it just happens to be that's a lot of it. So no, that's no problem. That's you're doing what I meant it to be done here. Is there anything else? I'll keep that up, that lighting thing for a second. I don't know if there's any other questions you have regarding light at all. Oh, and if you ever with shadows too, the shadow at 10 here, if it's full, it means, which is the base, it means bleed some light into the shadow. But if you do 0, it will remove no bleeding. And so like before, how I said that if you're up close here, if I have that all the way 0, so the lighting like normal, if I shut this lights off, you'll see no change because it's fully blocking the light. But if I have shadow at 10 up, it means now it's going to bleed some of the light. So you can see when the light's on, it actually does change the lighting a little bit. What's the best way to render a video, like the whole thing or in pieces? I have problems when I try to render something. Pieces only works if you're going to be rendering it as a image sequence. If you're doing it as video files, you might as well kind of do it all as one. But I always do image sequences because if there's an issue with the render, you can always restart it from a different point. But if you do it as a video and there's an error, you have to redo the whole video. So image sequence means like this is by picture. If you can just redo that the last shot that had problems with the render, just start from there. Problem is you need some kind of software to compile the image sequence. If you don't have one, you might as well just do the whole video as one. But the nice thing about image sequence is if you're going to do any editing to it at all, like color correction or anything, it has no compression. It's frame by frame. It takes up more space that way. But then when you go to do any of the coloration fixes or whatever, it's not going to be you're not going to be editing a compressed file. Like the MP4 is already compressed, so any editing you do to it, you're editing a compression, which is never going to end up as great as you're going to want it. So image sequence is going to be better. I think like the program I use for SpeedGrade, which is for color correction, only works for image sequences. I don't even think it works for video files. Yeah, I mean, so if you have a program that can like After Effects, or I don't really recommend Premiere or like one of those kind of programs because it doesn't have Premiere. When you go to hit play, it previews it based on using the original files. If you're previewing from a video file, it's great because it has the video file to play from. But image sequences, it's trying to load all those images, and it's really laggy, and it's really hard for audio editing. So that's why I do everything in After Effects for image sequences. And when it comes to like render settings, I would recommend. Unless it's something you have a lot of time to do and it's not a super complex file, don't go any higher than 256 for your quality. It's anything past that, you're looking at hours and hours spent with rendering on something that I think the only video I've ever done like beyond 128 or 256, I think I did a 512 on motion blur for part of chemistry, or I think I did. I can't remember, or it might have just been everything was on 128 and I went to 256 because there was so much high-speed stuff that the motion blur was important. But otherwise, if you don't have a super depth of field and a super high depth of field and you're not moving things very fast, really you're not going to notice much of a difference. If you're not using any depth of field, you might as well put that like 16. Who cares? You can actually do this per shot. Say that you have. Because right now these render settings are actually based on override. That's why it says there. It's saying take all camera settings and override them with this value. You can go to use camera settings and then like per shot, you can go and show an element viewer camera and actually set it here. It's a little bit more difficult because of how it numbers it. Yeah, depth of quality, field quality, and motion blur quality. I believe 0 is set to, I think it's set to 8. Then it's what, but it might be to 0. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's not setting the actual number. It's the increments up. So it's a little bit complex on that. But you could say that this shot doesn't have high depth of field. I'm going to lower the quality because I don't need it. Next shot has a really nice big blur in the background. I'm going to increase it so that your render times will actually be lower because you're not using so many. You're not overdoing your render for something that doesn't need it. I usually just do overrides because I render overnight, and normally, like, if it's a 4-hour render, who cares? I sleep for 8, so I'm not gonna be there to. It's just gonna finish anyway before I get back. So why the hell should I care about it? So I just usually keep it up anyway. But if you don't have that or you need it done quicker, you can do that. No, I render the whole file, and like even when I went and did Remembrance, there's like if I had this shot and I needed to render it like 4 or 5 times with changes, I would just like copy it, paste it, put it at the end, the other like 4 more times, and do all the edits, so it rendered through with the image sequence. So just get to the end, go back to that shot, do all the other renders, and then I would use like the After Effects or whatever, just pull those parts out and put them back in where I need them. Then I didn't have to worry about like having to do a separate render again and again and again for the same file. So the only difficult part with doing it that way is that the image sequence numbers are going to be different, but it's usually not too hard to overlap and just test it and make sure it works. Poor Twilights. Sick Grandma, what you doing? Gotta be some asshole. I'm trying to think if there's anything else rendering. You can play with SSAO if you really want. These settings, I actually used to in my old videos play with those settings, but I haven't actually done it for a while. We did a test shot. I think I still have them. Yeah, here. Like when we were working on this shot for a thing. The only difference between this is SSAO settings. So like this one, it was I think the base settings, and then this is when I changed the values. So it creates some harsher shadows. You can see the lighting in her teeth here, but if I drop it down here, it actually correctly darkens her mouth. So playing with those values was kind of doing this render is what actually allowed me to see the differences that those values were making. But that's like pretty complex stuff. I had to read up a tutorial on that stuff to figure out how that actually worked. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to take Twilight here. Feet are still locked, aren't they? Yes, okay. I'm gonna just shrink this time a little bit, I keep forgetting how I do this. Okay, so this, there we go. Move it back to one there. Yeah, but if you have any questions on stuff, don't be afraid to ask. Again, that is the point. highlight even doing anything anymore? It is, but it's like that rim light is blowing her eyes out on that side. On right here. Actually, it's the main light that's doing it. I have to test that a little bit. I thought it was going to be the rim light that was doing that, but if it's the main, that might be a little bit more difficult to fix. Oh, I think I know why. Radius is increased. Okay. The other thing, too, is because radius is spreading the light out, it spreads it out further, so the light itself gets dimmer, so you have to increase the intensity to make up for it. So here, if I drop the radius, I can probably, it'll increase the light brightness, so I can drop it a little bit on here. I still didn't really fix it as much as I would want, though. Well, at least balance it out a little bit. Now I could probably play with the brightness, put it up just a little bit more. Not highlight. Just enough to get it to be a little bit white, and then I can increase this to balance it out. That frickin' butt. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Yeah, audio is like SFM is not great that great with audio. Oh, Skybox yeah. I'm glad you figured it out. Sometimes it's you learn the most by playing with it. If you can figure out the solution yourself, you'll learn. I feel like you're gonna remember it way more than if somebody tells you the solution. You probably just be like, wait, how did I do that again? But if you figure it out, well, you remember all that struggle, and we will remember it. Okay. Okay, does she have her eyes closed until it comes around that corner?
Wonderful. Dub them. How wonderful.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to take all but the root and the face. So
wonderful. How wonderful. How wonderful. How wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
skin doesn't work well animated. And around that, but I need to have these set to playhead, and then these set to close. Okay.
Wonderful. Fly dub.
Oh. Actually, I can just do. I can just do playhead. Yes, that'll work. And then close. Okay.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Hi, River. Want to have a good time? Let's do it that face. Lie with the cigar in her mouth? Probably. I don't know. I put a cigar in just about every pony's mouth at some point. Tattoo? Yeah, the left eye will be fixed.
How wonderful! Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay. I think I might have to play with the camera a little bit here because right now she's so far off the camera that she doesn't it's hard to even see what she's doing or the motions. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to drop this.
Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
I don't want to do this, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to.
The Wonderbolts. The Wonderbolts. Wonderbolts. Wonderbolts.
No, we can't do that motion.
The Wonderbolts. The Wonderbolts. The
That's a little bit better. I just didn't know if I was going to be able to pull off that motion and make it so.
There. The US got this gold.
Hmm?
End up winning. They get this gold. Oh well, what are you gonna do? What happens to her hair right there?
Jiggle bones. As long as I actually as long as I hold shift here, the jiggle bones won't actually activate, so it'll just stay like that. Then when I let go of shift, it'll fix itself. So her hair won't actually move here. It's just kind of locked, but as soon as I play it, it'll bounce. Otherwise, it'll do this.
Looked like she had an extra wing. What up, people?
Michael Singer Warhorse and Gizmo all said hi.
What up?
Now I need to fix her eyes so they're not so.
Gravy?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually, okay, so they need to come from over there, but I need to have them actually a little bit lower still here.
Yeah, because she doesn't see her at first.
Oh, now it's too slow.
Jeez.
Does she blink when she says bolts?
Dub them for Wonderbolts.
No, she just stands there. I just added extra motions. But I do need to add the bounces. I don't have the bounce. So there's should be a bounce right here.
She's a giraffe.
No, I found the bounces are huge. They may add a lot.
Oh yeah, they make them more lifelike. I'm just laughing because she looks like a giraffe.
She looks like a draft? No.
A giraffe. No, a giraffe isn't purple. What if you became a changeling like the one from the quality? I don't know. Would you like to be a changeling?
Well, I would say it wouldn't be a bad thing because if you were a changeling, you could just keep being you, but have an extra ability to it. Because you could just keep being you, but then like you're like, oh, I'm a big fan of your take all the money.
Really? That's what you would do with your power?
No.
I'd become a kitty and be like, scratch my belly!
To who?
I don't know.
like you just can't wander the streets because people are gonna be like stray cat. They'll throw you in a kennel and then you're stuck.
I'll pretend I'm Jordy and go up to mom and dad's house and then I'll get lots of love.
Except for they'll be like, where the fuck does cat come from?
I'll just say I dropped them off.
But you have to drop off the cat.
I just drop them off when they're at
But then how do you pick up the cat?
I just pretend I picked it up while they're gone.
You think this through. You're like, I want to be a cat and get lovings, except for the getting locked away from kennels, and then like you're in a cage that you can't change because then you'd be like stuck in the cage with. No, that would be kind of funny.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
No.
Or I could just turn into a kitty and make you more big belly.
Or I could beat you with the dolphin.
No. I could turn into the dolphin! Didn't say it had to be real stuff.
Okay, so when she goes
Bye,
down
person.
here.
Somebody is thanking you for
Yeah, no problem. If you ever have questions, just let me know.
Wait, what's the icon actually?
Is there a power user?
Oh, okay. No idea.
Whatever that means, actually. There's benefits to it, but I don't really. I used to have it myself because of Humble Bundle.
Hi. Touch his face. Good job, kid.
No, I'm pretty sure you made him touch my face. Don't think this is enough. Oh.
Wonderful. I light up them. Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
I can't do ear control until I've done with the video too, so that because it's part of the jiggle, so like that the droopy ear part I can't do yet. I've never really downloaded anything from any SFM, so can't help you there.
Wonderful.
If it's a DMX files are technically in a text file, so you could probably just save that text file as a .dmx and it'll probably work.
Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the timing done with the
Balls. Wonderful. 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 Wonderful.
I think that's pretty good for now. Okay, but she does this face.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Seems like there's a longer time she's in that face than the other ones. Oh, there's more of a transition to it than. I'm gonna have to give her a little bit more something to go on here. I can't do the ear droop yet. Ear droop is based on the jiggles, and I don't have access to the jiggles to lock them, but then it locks the hair down, and that's a final thing, so I can't touch ears until I'm actually done. So yeah, I said that already. But so yeah, ears will be done, just not right now. Yeah, because if I hold control, you can see I don't have any ear control. But as soon as I lock the jiggles, bam, I have ear control. So it's because they added the jiggle ears, but by adding jiggle ears, they had to lock out the ability for you to actually modify the ears, which I kind of don't like, because I didn't mind doing the ears myself, but it is kind of nice for a little bit of extra or a little bit of subtle motion that wouldn't be there otherwise. one, Nick? Oh, that was that. Okay.
General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. Them her Wonderball. Them her Wonder. Dub them. They dub them. Dub them her General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. I dubbed them her Wonder. Her them. Dub them her Wonderball. General Firefly dubbed them her Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. Them her her Wonderballs. General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. Her Wonderballs. 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 Wonderballs.
I want her eyes go down a little bit more on this one. Just a little bit. There we go.
Wonderballs. Wonderballs.
Hello! Welcome to the first stream. There's a log coming out of her head.
Firefly dubbed them.
Oh, this actually should be unlockable. Now that it is where it needs to be. So the magic comes back.
General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs.
Make the what? What?
Them her Wonderballs. General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. Them her Wonder. Her Wonder.
I feel like the eye. I think that the eye needs to go into a slower position for that look, but I don't like slowing that eye position down. Because it's these eyes, the eye's so weird with the clipping thing.
Dub them her Wonderballs. General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderballs. Wonderball. Wonderball.
She likes dimples. They are the underballs. No. Bad flag. No, shit, shake. She really likes the bolts.
Wonderful.
I think for the most part, that's at least done for now. Because I don't want to have her having too much motion here, because here she's being fluid because she's alive, but here she's just dumbfounded. Oh, I probably should add something to the mouth, though. Well, actually, I should actually animate the mouth. Less shout. Oh. No. Oh, look, that guy at the end of that hour list. Here, I'm going to do a little bit of nose.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Okay, so I think that's like, I'm gonna consider that done because that actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to.
General Firefly dubbed them her Wonderful. Wonderful.
That's not even actually done. Once I get the ears done and the actual final motions, it should actually look a lot better too.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'll consider that done. So that makes 5 shots out of a lot more than that done. So, that was the easy ones. Oh, I still have to actually do her. Forgot. I need to have her stuff fall. So that's going to be the end of that part. That means I can actually unlock this.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Oh.
wonderful.
She's so enamored by them. She loves the Wonderballs. More than Rainbow Dash, nobody knows it. Okay, so she got her magic. She doesn't have the light though.
Wonderful.
Okay, too bright. We got for time here. No, that's just that. Alright, I don't think we have enough short music to play for that, so I didn't really find anything in there that I liked. Let's go back to the regular playlist for now. Some of the new ones. Don't think I only had like one or two. Alright, so I don't want this to be as bright as the previous one.
Firefly dubbed them the wonderful.
Okay, so the magic shuts off as soon as she goes into that face. Oh, I can hear it go down.
Wonderful.
So right about here. So now I have to time these particles to go away at that moment. So that's going to be... I'm starting at 31. Yes. So I needed to go 2.4. These fade really slow. So let's fix that. Fade out simple. Fade out time. Partial fade out time. Oh. 0.5. Let's see if that'll work faster. Let's even slower. So maybe that is the other way around.
Wonderful.
Oh, I think I see what it is. Okay. Keep that at 1, but I'm actually going to try just shutting this off. This will probably actually just kill it. But.
Wonderful.
Oops. I wonder if I can submit continuously. How long do they do lifetime for? 1 to 2 seconds. I can't really change that. And it takes, so it's always going to take 1 to 2 seconds. Can I forcibly cause things to disappear? What is this? Let's see if this will work. No, because it's still going to cause the fade. Let's see if it does. Nope. Don't know what all the values here do, so I just gotta play with it and see what happens. But I would think that they gotta have some kind of an override lifespan. I might have an idea. Because I can always just do it, I'll say after 2 seconds. Start fade out after 2 seconds, end fade out after 2.2. They still have to go away though. Ooh, I have an idea. Alpha random. Okay, that's great. Now we're going to do alpha random, and we're going to say that this is at 0 and 0. And I'm going to start the fade in for this at 2. And end fade in at 2.2. So that should do it. No, it didn't. Oh, because this one might still be in effect. Start fade out at 2, and or actually at 1.9, and fade out at, and fade in at 2.1. Still dies is the same. Thought I could like kill them off quicker. Oh wait, no, that should still override too. Alpha random should override color random. Correct. Yep. How do I get you to go away quicker? Can I make the emitting stop? Well, you know what? Actually, I wonder if the matters. Alpha random again. This might actually matter. Start fade in. And fade in. And then move up. So this is the maybe the priority one. Oh, I did this wrong. So we here. It's like without it going out fast, it kind of feels meh. Why do I have this even not the same value? That could actually work. So 1.6, 1.65. That should be all I need to do on this. Oh, I didn't re-instance these, did I? Normally that's a bad thing, but in this case it actually is probably a good thing. No, but it didn't link this one, though. Why are you still going? Why did the magic aura? Oh, that's probably actually a good thing anyway. So start fade out to 6 and fade out to 5. Yeah, I need to get these locked to the chuck again. Oh, actually, it's not the chuck. It's the basis. Oh, that's easy. That's what the reason I made the texture in two pieces, one without the marks, one with. All I do is I animate the chalk to follow the line, and then I render it twice, and then I just mask it out on each frame following the chalk. So it's I'm not worried about that. That'll be easy. So I've done stuff just like that. I did some practice on that for an anthology short that I made that was actually a 2D short with the spaceship, which I guess whatever. I'm surprised I was even put in. This was a stupid idea. But yeah, it's really easy to do that. I didn't even have to test that. Uh-oh. That's what he did. Same with the other ones. Where'd the other one go? There it is. I don't even really need those because I can't even see them. Okay, and lock those. Oh, I forgot to. That would be 2-0. I should have taken. Oh, yeah, they're not 0. They're playhead. They're all playheaded. They should be following fine. Oh, they're because they died at that point, so they're not spawning anymore. It should still be lerped to it.
Wonderful.
I'll figure something for it. No.
Did you even notice he took it?
Huh? I knew he was here. I was just
No, it's
ignoring
here.
it.
Wonderful.
Did
Notice that he
anybody
took
notice? Dolphin's dead. They just they noticed. one person noticed.
Jay stole Dolphin.
How did he know it was me? Is the question. Is Denise incapable of
Even
seeing?
Twilight knew. She just wouldn't say.
A new shelf full of everything.
I
was-
think I might have said Jay at the beginning.
She was keeping a secret. She didn't tell me.
Darn it.
What?
Twi didn't tell me she was
What
keeping a
the
secret.
fuck? Looks like she's about ready to burst.
The pixels on her face are lying.
They're saying it's the pickle guy?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. Oh, I know what that is. I know what that's referring to.
Pickles?
Me and Draft were being dumb at work today. really,
Oh,
really
that
dumb.
video, I totally forgot about it.
Where basically I was just pretending to be George Costanza for no reason at work.
Okay.
And Mike was like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Like, there's no customers in the store and I'm bored, so I decided to do this stupid video.
Anyways, so that's good. So it's 10 o'clock. I gotta go push weights and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Instead of pushing ponies, he's pushing weights.
Equally arduous task.
He's so happy, I think. Anyways. Those claws involved. Ow.
Sorry.
Clawed my face. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna go do that. There's the covered stuff. Yeah. Try says bye.
God.
So, alright. I will. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow meow.
You meow for people?
Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow.
Fucking owl man.
Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. No. Alright, bye-bye. Bye-bye.